Aviation in Maryland. Maryland's first aeronautical event was the flight of 13-year-old Edward Warren from Baltimore in Peter Carne's tethered hot air balloon in 1784. Events: 1908 Lincoln Beechey demonstrates a dirigible over Baltimore from Electric Park. 1909 On 9 October, Wilbur Wright demonstrated Miss Columbia, the first U.S. government aircraft, on 5 flights. 1909 On 22 October, Charles Elvers flies the first aircraft built in Maryland, a modified self-made Curtiss pusher style at Owings Mills. 1909 On 29 October, 28-year-old Sarah Van Demand becomes the first woman to fly in a powered aircraft with Wilbur Wright at College Park. 1911 The Army Signal Corps Aviation School is founded in College Park. 1911 On 7 September, John Rogers completes the first flight of a U.S. naval aircraft from Farragut Field. 1912 Lieutenant Alfred Austell Cunningham reported to the Naval Aviation Camp in Annapolis, Maryland, starting marine aviation. 1922, the Berliner helicopter makes a controlled flight of a helicopter at College Park. The 1922 flights of the Berliner and the De Bothes at home were the first by manned helicopters. 1925 Jimmy Doolittle beats a British Gloucester Roman 3 in the Schneider Trophy race held at Baltimore Bayshore Amusement Park. The Seoul Supermarine S-4 crashed in trials prior to the race. 1927 Charles Lindbergh lands the Spirit of St. Louis at Baltimore's Logan Field. 1927 Van Lear Black, chairman of the Baltimore Sun, starts record-setting international charters in the Fokker. 1940 Howard University is one of 4 schools chosen for training African American pilots for the civilian pilot training program in Croom. 1947 University of Maryland considers opening a regional airport. 1969 A state economic development study looks into a second major airport to supplement Baltimore-Washington International to accommodate supersonic aircraft. 1996 Nathan Bill Maurice, founder of Kentmore Air Park, passes away at 98. He was one of the world's oldest active pilots at 98 years old. 2001 The September 11 attacks caused the formation of the Washington Air Defense Identification Zone, temporarily closing, then permanently restricting air operations over central Maryland. 2011 The University of Maryland Gamera human-powered helicopter made an attempt at the Sikorsky Prize for human-powered helicopter flight. 2014 Haysfield Airport closes to build a housing development. 2014 September 2014 is proclaimed by the governor to be General Aviation and Community Airport Month. Aircraft manufacturers. Aerospace, American Propeller and Manufacturing Company, in Baltimore. Manufactured 75% of all propellers used by America in World War I. Avenco, 1961 part of HCC Insurance Holdings, is headquartered in Frederick, a provider of aviation insurance. Lockheed Martin, an international defense contractor, is headquartered in Bethesda. Maryland Aviation Company 1911–1911 Company formed in 1911. Martin Marietta 1961–1995 The merger of Martin Company and American Marietta Corporation, headquartered in Bethesda. Bought by Lockheed Martin in 1991. Frank G. Chenuit Rubber Company in Baltimore, Maryland. Manufactured automotive tires since 1912, entering the aircraft tire business in World War II through the 1960s. Airports. College Park Airport is the world's oldest continuously operated airport. Columbia Air Center was an airfield in Croom, Maryland, operated from 1941. It was started by African American pilots who were not permitted to use other airports, but was also open to whites. List of airports in Maryland. Commercial service. The Baltimore Airways Company operated daily flights in the late 1920s from Park Heights, Baltimore to New York. Baltimore/Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport provides air service with 277,662 operations annually. BWI is served by most major carriers, with Southwest Airlines as the prime carrier with over 50% of passenger volume. Hagerstown, Maryland-based Henson Airlines became Piedmont Airlines. The commuter airline is now based at Salisbury, Maryland, with a fleet of 44 aircraft. Chesapeake Airways service to Baltimore began on April 5, 1946, in Seaman's 47 aircraft. The service continued until 1949. Washington Airlines became FAA first approved instance of a stall airline service in 1969 between Baltimore and Washington National and Dulles. Organizations: Aircraft Owners and Pilots Associations headquartered in Frederick, Maryland. Government and military. All flight operations in Maryland are conducted within FAA oversight. The Maryland Aviation Administration maintains state regulations and owns and operates Baltimore/Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport. The Maryland State Police Aviation Command operates 12 Eurocopter Dolphin helicopters, 1 Beechcraft B-300 King Air 350, and 1 Cessna P-210 and pressurized Centurion for medevac and prisoner transport. In 2013, Maryland started replacing the Dolphin fleet with 10 Augusta-Westland. Several Maryland cities and counties operate helicopter units. This includes Anne Arundel County 1 Bell 407, 2 Bell OH-58 Kiowa, Baltimore City Foxtrot Unit 1 Eurocopter Econ 120, Baltimore County 3 Eurocopter S-350B3, Howard County 1 Bell 407, Prince George's County 2 MD 520N, Harford County 1. The Maryland Air National Guard was founded June 29, 1921. On that date, the 104th Observation Squadron was federally recognized in Baltimore. NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center builds spacecraft, instruments, and new technology to study the Earth. The Joint Base Andrews Naval Air Facility opened in 1942 as Camp Springs Air Base in Prince George's County, Maryland. The base houses dozens of units serving the Metro Washington, D.C. area, most notably the 89th Airlift Wing supporting the Boeing V. Seaman's 25 Air Force One when occupied by the President of the United States. Museums: Baltimore Washington International Airport, College Park Aviation Museum in College Park, Maryland. Glen L. Martin Maryland Aviation Museum in Middle River, Maryland. Hagerstown Aviation Museum in Hagerstown, Maryland. Massey Air Museum, Massey, Maryland. NASA Goddard Space Flight Center Visitors Center, Greenbelt, Maryland. Paul E. Garber Preservation, Restoration, and Storage Facility, Silver Hill, Maryland. Patuxent River Naval Air Museum, Lexington Park, Maryland. Gallery. References